So we're about ready to go. I want to welcome those folks joining us in on the Rack Cup USA live feed. Hoping you're having a great weekend, championship weekend, as we come to you from the Orlando Kart Center. Our first pre-final, drivers will make their way off the grid and they'll make their way onto the track, get their hot lap, and we'll get set to go. Mini Rock on grid, Rock Junior pre-grid. So here's how we'll line them up. Your micro. And it'll be 12 laps. Ryan Rackley, the Georgia driver, back-to-back heat wins. He'll be inside row 1 into number 30. In row 2, the 95 of Lucas Rodriguez. Starting third, row 2 on the inside, the 51 of Gabriel Ramirez. Hugo Ugachawa in the number 2, starting fourth. Starting fifth, the 99, Arturo Acklade. Starting sixth, the 85 of Chase Hefner. James Agozi in the number 48, starting seventh. Eighth, it'll be the 77 of Valentino Mini. Starting ninth, the 58, Kalen Chin. Starting 10th, Jeremy Fletcher in the 102. Jeremy with a top 5 finish in heat number 3. Good run for Jeremy Fletcher. Jeremy starting 10th, 11th, the 24 of Anderson Leonard. Kareem Hassan in the number 9, starting 12th. 13th, it'll be Jake Martins. 14th, it'll be the 101 of Daniel Krajewski. And Alfred Lozado in the number 06, starting 15th. 12 laps. Your Micro Rock. This has been a very exciting group here of drivers. Ugachawa, your points leader. This young man has been there every single event, has been seeing him up there in contention. Fun to watch, but he's been challenged by a couple pretty good drivers. We talked about Chase Hefner, Ryan Rackley, Lucas Rodriguez, Ramirez. They've all been right there in the mix of things. No doubt about it. It's going to come down to a good one here as the field will approach the start-finish line. Rackley Rodriguez, row number 1. They'll pick up green. Rackley going to hug the inside. He'll stay down low, and he'll exit off that first turn, and he'll take off as your early leader. A good start for Ryan Rackley, Georgia driver. And I'm sure Ryan pretty happy right now that he doesn't have to deal with the points leader. Ugachawa, your points leader. Again, Ugachawa starting in the 4th position outside of row number 2. He had problems in heat number 3. Right now, your points leader watches an exchange for that 2nd place position. That'll be Gabby Ramirez. So Ramirez will quickly move up to 2nd. Again, Ramirez has been getting stronger. Talked about Ramirez, heat number 3. She came home with a 3rd place finish. And right now, Ramirez in that 2nd position as they come into turn number 2. Heavy traffic, single file off at turn number 2, led by Ryan Rackley. Ramirez sitting back in that 2nd spot. 3rd, it'll be the 95 of Lucas Rodriguez. Yeah, Lucas started outside of row number 1. Right now, running in that 3rd place position. Boy, top 2 drivers on Tony Karts. Starting to break away. Talking about Rackley and Gabby Ramirez. They're off at turn number 8. So Gabby Ramirez coming out of the gate very strong. Remember, Gabby started in row number 2. So Gabby, not a good qualifying effort on Saturday. Qualified 9th. And actually, that card has been getting better, doing an outstanding job. 6th in heat number 1. Gabby Ramirez. Said she had a 3rd place finish in heat number 2. 4th in heat number 3. So Gabby Ramirez can't sit right now in contention. Good little battle heating up for that 3rd spot. That'll be the 95 Lucas Rodriguez, your points leader. Ugachawa going to work on him as they come off at turn number 3. Again, it's been a great weekend for your points leader. Ugachawa coming out of the gate with quick time in qualifying. Scored the win in heat number 1. 2nd, heat number 2. And, of course, had problems. Only completed 1 lap in heat number 3. But Ugachawa right now in the top 5. Currently being scored 3rd as Ugachawa works around the 95 of Lucas Rodriguez. So Rodriguez will drop back into the 4th spot. And Rodriguez now sits back in 4th. Remember, Rodriguez started 2nd. Now sits back and looks at the bumper of the number 2 of your points leader, Ugachawa, as they come into turn number 10. And Ugachawa, lap number 2 with a 1:02.474. All right, now Ugachawa about 2 seconds behind your leaders. They'll come into turn number 2. Running 5th will be the 48, James Agozi. Again, James has picked up a couple spots. Started 7th. Again, this young man's in a very good weekend. Qualified 3rd on Saturday. Outside of the heat number 3, he's been right there. Finished 3rd in heat number 1, 4th in heat number 4. So James Agozi right back where he left off in heat number 2. Ugachawa, lap number 3, 1:02.011. That has been quick time. Still about 1.8 seconds behind your leader. A little extra time in this event, 12 laps. And we'll see if your points leader can get enough to go and to try to reel in Gabby Ramirez. They'll exit off turn 10. And Ramirez 0.7 of a second behind Ryan Rackley. Ryan jumping out there, the early lead. Again, that's just what he needed. Still very consistent off turn number 1. There's your top 5 off turn number 2. It's Rackley, your leader. Ramirez, Ugachawa, Rodriguez, and James Agozi, your top 5. Again, Ugachawa gets a good run off turn number 2. He's at about a kart length behind Gabby Ramirez as they'll come under the arch. Ugachawa still 1.8 seconds behind your leader. James Agozi going to start to chip away now at Lucas Rodriguez. James running 5th, Lucas running 4th. He's been consistent. Talking about the 48, James. But a very consistent driver, currently being scored 5th as he goes to work on Lucas Rodriguez. They'll go down that long straightaway from turn 9 to turn number 10. But up front, Ryan Rackley, his quick lap time, 1:02.311 for Ryan Rackley. Overall quick time, Ugachawa with a 1:02.011. Right now, Rackley off of turn number 2 with a 1.6 second advantage over Gabby Ramirez. So 5 laps complete. Remy Hussein in the number 9 just turned quick lap. That kart right now being scored in the 7th position, turned a 1:01.948 in lap number 5. We'll be closing in on the halfway point. It's been pretty calm right now for Ryan Rackley. Rackley with a 1.6 second advantage, finally works around Gabby Ramirez. So Ugachawa now has got his sights set up on your leader. And they'll pick up the halfway sign next time led by Ryan Rackley. So we'll see if Ugachawa now has got himself around a couple drivers. Remember, started 4th, worked around Lucas Rodriguez, finally gets around Ramirez. And again, battle for that points championship as they come into turn number 3. We'll pick up the halfway sign. We'll see if Ugachawa's got enough to get around Ryan Rackley. They'll cross flags this time by. Under the arch they come. 6 down, 6 to go. Rackley, your pole sitter, leader by 1.6 seconds over Ugachawa. Running 3rd is Ramirez. 4th, it's Rodriguez. 5th, it's Agozi. Right behind him, it'll be running 6th, Chase Hefner. Hussein running 7th. Acklade running 8th. Anderson Leonard 9th. Jake Martin's running 10th. Jeremy Fletcher 11th. Valentino Mini 12th. Lozado running 13th. Majewski running 14th. And Kalen Chin completed 1 lap and has dropped out. But right now, Chase Hefner just turned quick lap. Chase being scored in the 6th position, 1:01.818 for Chase Hefner. Chase running 6th right now, 3.4 seconds behind your lead. And there's Chase right there in that pack of lead traffic. Chase in the 85 again on the tail end of that lead pack right there in the turn number 3. The only driver really making any noise is your points leader. Ugachawa started 4th. Right now is 1.4 seconds behind your leader with 7 laps complete. Things are going to tighten up now. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Ugachawa, Ramirez, Rodriguez, Agozi, and Hefner all mixing it up now. As your leader, moving right along, Ryan Rackley, the Georgia driver. Ryan with back-to-back heat wins, heat 2, heat 3. qualified very well early on Saturday, qualified outside of row number 1. And he hangs on to a 1.4 second advantage. Ogachawa, best lap time, 101.912. Ryan Rackley with a 101.119 for Ryan Rackley. So Ryan right now with the hot hand. Good traffic starting to stretch out. Ramirez. Look at that bumper-to-bumper racing. Ramirez, Rodriguez, and Agozi as they come off turn number 2. Third, fourth, and fifth into turn number 3, led by Ramirez. So Gabby Ramirez with some heavy traffic in behind her. Your leader going to come under the arch, Ryan Rackley. Ogachawa unable to shave any of that time off. 1.3 second advantage for Ryan Rackley. 8 laps complete. Again, this will be 12 laps. Mini Rock on grid. Rock Junior pre-grid. Rock Junior pre-grid. And overall quick time. Chase Hefner right now in the 6th position with a 101.818 for Chase Hefner. Okay, you can see that gap between first and second as they come off at turn number 2. Good little battle there in the meantime. The 95 of Lucas Rodriguez gets around Gabby Ramirez. So the 95 Rodriguez will be scored in the 3rd spot next time they come by the loop. Lucas Rodriguez in the 95, you remember, started outside of row number 1. And Lucas Rodriguez getting into the top 3 this time by. So 9 laps complete, 3 laps remaining. Ogachawa 9/10 of a second behind your leader. At one time it was 1.3 as they'll come off turn number 9. You can see Ogachawa gets a good run. So Ogachawa, good run coming into turn number 10. Ryan Rackley got company sneaking up on you as they come off of turn number 11. Ogachawa now in striking distance as they come into turn number 1. Ogachawa, a kart length and a half in behind Ryan Rackley. He's got plenty of time. 2 laps remaining. Ryan, you got to look over his right shoulder. All he's going to see is the front end of the number 2 into turn 3. Ogachawa was last time by 9/10 of a second behind your leader. 2 to go. 10 in the books, 2 to go. Ogachawa going to the inside for the lead, and he takes it away. So Ogachawa, your points leader, clears Ryan Rackley off of turn number 7, and he is your brand new leader. Unbelievable piece of driving by your points leader. Ogachawa was about 9/10 of a second behind Ryan in lap number 9. And comes by and streaks past him and gets it away. Ryan Rackley, back-to-back heat winners in Heat 2, Heat 3. Nice piece of drive. Boy, you talk about a composed driver, Ogachawa. And he's got Ryan Rackley on his bumper. And again, don't go to sleep. The Georgia driver, very crafty. And Ogachawa on a Tony kart. There's your leader. And he'll take the field into turn number 3. Good little battle in the meantime. James Agozi continue to gain some ground. James now 3rd. White flag up, 1 to go. So we'll see your leader. They got 1 more circuit to go. Driving it all he can. Ryan Rackley trying to bring in your leader off turn 7. Separated by 2.5 kart lengths into turn number 9. Ryan Rackley dominated early on in this race. And Ogachawa kept chipping away, patiently working through the field. And right now he's got a kart length and a half advantage into turn number 10. Your race leader, Ogachawa, points leader, trying to get that trip to Italy. Hangs on off of turn number 11. Ogachawa now comes off turn number 12. They'll cycle around, couple more turns to go. Ogachawa hard into turn number 1. He'll use the center of the track into turn number 2. In the meantime, Ryan going to try to stuff it in there, going to be denied. The door shut on him. Ogachawa going to exit off turn number 2 with a 2.5 kart length advantage. And Ryan Rackley may have given all he can because Ogachawa will cross the line as your winner. Picking up 2nd, Ryan Rackley. How about James Agozi comes home 3rd? And that's been a great battle. Gabriel Ramirez picks up 4th, Rodriguez 5th, Hefner 6th. Husan will come home 7th, Leonard 8th, Eckley 9th, Martins 10th, Fletcher 11th, Minnie 12th, Lozado, Kachewski, and Chin going to round out your top 15. Unbelievable race. Man, this is going to be one heck of a final. Can't wait to see these drivers a little bit later on as Ugachawa scores the win in the pre-final.